Before we begin, a quick disclaimer. Everything in this video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Welcome back to MoneyQuest Lab, your edge for catching quality swing setups before the crowd does. My scanner just flagged 3 stocks worth watching, and topping the list is Aurinia Pharmaceuticals. And to be clear, this is off Thursday's close, so double check the live chart before you act because prices can move overnight. Stick around because I'm breaking down all 3 what the charts are saying, the numbers behind each one, and exactly where each setup would go wrong. Quick framing first. These are swing trades, ideas to hold roughly 15 to 30 days, not day trades and not forever holds. And here's how they're chosen. Every single market day, my scanner ranks thousands of stocks on 3 things: market leadership, the technical setup, and the fundamentals underneath. And only the names that score high on all 3 make this list. Let's get into today's top 3. Quick scorecard first, because I track every call out in the open. Of my last 70 swing picks that have run their course, 64% finished green. The average pick was up about 7%. That's roughly 7% ahead of the overall market over the same stretch. Not every pick wins, and showing you the real numbers, good and bad, is the whole point. Now, today's setups. First, the backdrop. Right now, the S&P is up about 1.2% over the past week, so I'm keeping this list tight and picky. Volatility is ticking up with the VIX near 16. Now, the picks. Number 1, Aurinia Pharmaceuticals, ticker AUPH. It's a player in healthcare, sized at roughly $2.1 billion, and it engages in delivering therapies to people living with autoimmune diseases, with high unmet medical needs in the United States and Japan. On valuation, it's sitting at roughly 15 times next year's earnings. On the chart, it's bouncing off support inside an uptrend, and it's trading just below its 52-week high. It's been a real market leader, outpacing 81% of all stocks. As for where price is right now, it's trading about 4% above its 50-day average and 13% above its 200-day. And the business backs it up, with earnings up 56% from a year ago and sales up 24%. Now, the risk. That 50-day trend line is your line in the sand, and you lose it and stay below, and this setup is done. And no earnings report is due during a typical hold, so fewer surprises on that front. Let's talk about number 2, Nexa Resources, ticker Nexa. This is a basic materials name, and it's worth about $1.9 billion, and it engages in the zinc, mining, and smelting business worldwide. Price-wise, you're paying around 5 times forward earnings here. Chart-wise, it's bouncing off support inside an uptrend, and it's been a genuine leader, stronger than 95% of the entire market. On the technicals, it's sitting about 1% below its 50-day average and 43% above its 200-day. The fundamentals are there too. Earnings growing fast and sales up 42%. On the risk side, watch the 200-day trend. If it loses that, the thesis is off the table. And no earnings report is due during a typical hold, so fewer surprises on that front. Up next at number 3, International Seaways, ticker INSW. It's a player in energy worth around $4.2 billion, and it owns and operates a fleet of ocean-going vessels for the transportation of crude oil and petroleum products in the international flag trade. On valuation, it's sitting at roughly 13 times next year's earnings. Chart-wise, it's bouncing off support inside an uptrend. And it's been a genuine leader, stronger than 90% of the entire market. As for where price is right now, it's trading about 4% above its 50-day average and 36% above its 200-day. On volume, about 1.8 times its average. Underneath the chart, the numbers hold up, earnings growing fast, and sales up 78%. Where it goes wrong, its 50-day trend line is the level to watch. If it breaks down and stays below that, the setup is no longer valid. And no earnings report is due during a typical hold, so fewer surprises on that front. That's today's top 3, AUPH, Nexa, and INS. Hit subscribe for tomorrow's scan. New picks every market day. And remember, this is not financial advice.